So when the Samaritan woman who was in a situation, when she came to the well at about the 6th hour of the day, which for the Bible scholars out there, this was the hottest time of the day, a time that no other woman would come. When she came to the well to draw water, it is from the moment that she arrived where we can see Jesus leading with love as he skillfully talked with her. From the time in verse 7 when Jesus said unto her, give me to drink, to the time in verse 16 when he said for her to go call thy husband and come hither. Well, even though her responses to each of his responses were salty and showed a subtle coldness, so to speak, towards him as both a Jew and a man, in accordance with verses 9, 11, 17, and 19. I believe, Jacoby, that it was in his efforts so as to not make it worse than it already was for the woman, where Jesus was careful, mind you, in his conversation with her to speak the truth about himself and her in a way that was non-threatening or judgmental, since he already knew her situation. In other words, Maria, he spoke to the woman in new tongues, if you will, that were totally different from anything that she had ever heard in the past from any of the 6 men whom she had allowed to come into her life. For the new tongues that Jesus used as he talked to her were spoken with the type of love in which the Apostle Paul speaks of in 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7 from the NIV Bible, which is a love that is patient, kind, does not envy, does not boast, is not proud, is not rude, is not self-seeking, is not easily angered, keeps no record of wrongs, does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth, always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres, and never fails. See, it was something about the way that Jesus spoke to her at the well that changed the woman's life for the better, and then caused her to see him and exactly what she had been missing for so many years. Which is also the same exact way, Pastor Rick, that we should be talking to each other every day. So as to, you know it, not make it worse.
Not make it worse
than it already is for people who are in unique situations like with this woman, who for the Bible scholars out there, in accordance with John 4 and 18, she altogether had been married a total of 5 times.
5 times.
And was currently living with a man who was probably in the running to be husband number 6. All because she was most likely searching for a man who could speak with new tongues instead of speaking the same old words with old tongues that not only amounted to a whole bunch of nothing, but also wasted her time and left her thirsty again and again, as per verse 15.